Hello, can you all hear me? Good evening. A very good evening to all of you. Can you all hear? Can you all hear me? Everybody? Yes, I'm good. Okay. There's a lot of technical problem today. I have tried to upload these PPTs twice or thrice, but still the problem is there. It's saying there is some technical error. Can you see something on your screen? Can you see a PPT? Can all of you see some PPT? Okay, so like what can you see? What's written on that PPT? Can anyone tell me? Coordination. But at my end, I'm not able to see that. That's the problem. Okay. Can you just see uploading of it, or you can see the screen? Means properly you can read. Yes, Anish? Okay, what I'll do is I'll give it another try. Now, since the class has started, I may just succeed. Give me 1 minute. I'll just upload the PPTs again. Okay, Anish can see properly. What about others? Give me a second. I don't know what's wrong. You all can see the PPT and I myself cannot see it. Something is really problematic today, the net connection. Just a second. So today's topic is coordination. So you all understand what is coordination. Who can explain it to me? What is coordination? Anish, Asiya, Sanubar, Seher, Nirmala, can you all tell me what is coordination? Coordination is teamwork. Okay. To some extent it's right, Anish. Okay. Now I can also see something on my screen. Yes, Anish, you are right. It's for the teamwork. Coordination refers to the teamwork. It's a very important function of management. You know what's the acronym for the functions of management? Can anyone tell me? The acronym for functions of management. Okay. At my end, 44% of the PPT is uploaded. Yes, now I can see. So let's just start. Sanubar, you can just go for it afterwards. Don't go in between the class. Already 5 minutes have gone because of the net problem. Okay. So coordination. Coordination means According to Henry Fayol is believed to be the scientist of management. He is the oldest of the philosophers. He says to coordinate is to harmonize all the activities of a concern so as to facilitate its working and its success. Okay, you can join afterwards, Sanubi. You can just be online, you can see the recording and then you can just be there. Okay. Yes, Anish has given the answer to functions of management. I'll go on to that later, Anish. So Henry Fayol says that coordination means to harmonize all the activities of the concern so as to facilitate its working and its success. Okay, so how do we measure the success of an organization? What is the parameter for measuring the success of the organization? Can you all tell me? Anish, Atya, Sanubar, Seher, Nirmala is now offline. Okay, have to analyze the result. But what is the parameter for analyzing the result, Asiya? How do we analyze the result? On the basis of profit. The volume of profit determines the success of an organization. Am I right or wrong? The volume of profit. How much profit has been earned? Will that decide? No, Anish, that's not the correct answer. That's partially right. Economic profit, that's just partially right. Economic profit is an indicator that the organization is doing well. The success of the organization is measured when all its objectives are achieved. If the organization is able to achieve all its organization, whether economic or non-economic, its ethical goals, its moral goals, its business goals, all are satisfied simultaneously, and at the same time it is making good profit, then we say that the organization is a success. Okay. Like suppose if I talk about Coca-Cola company, Coca-Cola is making lots of money, and like they are not taking into consideration the ethical issues. The ethical issues is that they should not set up their plant. Hello, yes Anish, I know you there was some sound problem. Actually I got offline. I told that the net is really very fluctuating today. So that's about coordination. Now introduction to coordination. Now we need to know what is coordination. What does it mean? It means the act or state of coordinating or of being coordinated, proper order or relationship, harmonious combination or interactions as of functions or part. Suppose if I give you a daily life example, there is a housewife. Can you all hear? Can everybody hear me? Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Anish, Asiya, Tanubar, Seher, can all of you hear? Can you hear? Anish, can you hear me? Asiya, can you hear me? Tanubar, you can hear? What about Anish and Asiya and Seher? Seher is still there for namaz? Anish, can you hear me? Yes. All right. Suppose the example is of a lady. She is a housewife. She has to send her children to school on time, and she has to send husband to office on time. If she is not really going to coordinate her activities, then she won't be able to achieve the objective of sending everybody in time. Suppose she has to make a vegetable. If she is not going to cut the vegetable beforehand, if she is not going to make the pre-preparations, cutting the vegetables, cutting onion, tomatoes, keeping all the spices and all around, and not cleaning the utensils even, these are the various steps which she will need to achieve her final objective, that is making a delicious preparation. If she is not going to do all these tasks beforehand, her efforts will go in vain, because if they are not coordinated, if they are not all done in time, she won't be able to get the things done on time. Okay, coordination and organizing. Coordination is when everybody is forced to, rather everybody works towards the common achievement of the organizational goal. When everybody, all the efforts are directed towards it, that is called coordination. Harmonious relationships, that's coordination. Harmonious blending of the activities in an organization. And organizing is when you organize the things. In daily life, you can say coordination and organization may be regarded as one and the same, but it comes to management, there's a difference between the two. Organization is a very wide term. It can talk about organizational structure, it can talk about organization as a function. It has got many facets to it. So if I talk about organization as like organizing things, then it's like putting the right person at the right place and getting work done through them, and the activities should be directed towards the achievement of common organizational objectives. That is organization. And in very simple terms, it can be organization is something, it's an organization or it's an enterprise which is set for specific objectives. Maybe profit earning, maybe if it's an NGO, then not profit earning, but the objective is to help people of the society. So all that. Okay. So activities need to be coordinated. If she is a working lady, and after sending her children and husband to office and school, she has to herself go for work, then one important thing is there is that she has to get her household work done in time. Means she has to arrange for the maids and everything. So if the maid is getting late on a particular day, then how is she going to coordinate? She might just call the maid and ask her, why is she late, what is the reason. Then she will tell that I'm stuck at this place, I'll reach in 5-10 minutes. Then in the meantime, she can do some other work, so that no time is wasted. And ultimately, if she has to leave house at 10:30 in the morning, she is able to achieve that objective. So she has to coordinate her activities, and coordination is a continuous function. It goes on at every step and at every moment of time. And it is somewhat visible in every other function of management also. So the acronym for managerial functions is SPOTSCOP. I'll just type it. So who is going to tell me the full form of this POTSCOP? This is the acronym for the functions of management. Who is going to tell me about it? Who is going to tell me about it? POTSCOP. What is the meaning of POTSCOP? This is the very basic of management. You know, you are studying management. Okay, Anish says planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting and budgeting. Yes, very right. The first is P for planning, O for organizing, D for directing, S for staffing, C for controlling, O for organizing, R for reporting and B for budgeting. Okay, that's POTSCOP. So we find that coordination is a very important part of POTSCOP function. 1 minute. Yes. Now next is, this was the introduction to management. So it's the act of getting things coordinated. Has the PPT changed? Can you see a new slide? Anish, Asiya, Sanubar, Sahar? Okay, but I can see the same one only. Means it's uploading, but I can't see it. Just a second. Just a second. I'll open it in a new window in my computer so that no time is wasted in uploading of that. Sometimes this net really is a mess. Okay, so it says why coordination, isn't it? Anish, am I right? It says why coordination, why it emphasizes on the importance of coordination. Yes, so it must exist or there is no organization, only an experience. Yes, coordination is very important. If there is no coordination in the activities, then there is no sense in management, there is no sense of management. Okay, it's just an experience. Now the next one is, now what are the principles of coordination? Principles of coordination are the basic parameters which are going to, can you see the next one? Principles. Can you all see? No. Anish, now is it visible? Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you the link of this PPT and you can open it in a new window. Anish, you are typing something. Okay, I'll just type the link in the chat box and you can click on it and go to the PPT. Just a second. Just a second. Anish, still you cannot see the PPT. Cannot see the slide? Asiya, Sanobar, Seher? No. I know it's changing. I switched on to another PPT. Even in the, I'm trying to get the link of the PPT, even there also it's not opening. It's really a mess. Okay, I'll try and find the link and share it with you. Okay, let's go on to this PPT in the meantime, till the time it's opening there. So coordination is the management of interdependence in work situations. It is the orderly synchronization or fitting together of the independent efforts of individuals in order to attain a common goal. Okay, the basic objective is attainment of the common goal. If A is working for another objective and B is working for another objective, then that does not make any sense. The purpose of coordination is to get the efforts in harmony, and they both should aim towards objective A, not towards A and B. Then to coordinate is to keep expenditure proportionate to financial resources, equipment and tools to production needs and so on. Yes, these are the basic hindrances, or we can say basic parameters on which our success depends. Means how much are we spending? If we are spending 1 crore and the profit which we are getting is 5 lakhs, then that's useless. Okay, it does not make any sense. So expenditure should be in proportion to the financial resources which we have in our hand. It should be in proportion to the capital of the company, then equipment which we are having, and also the tools, and also the labor force, workforce, whatever is there, whatever it takes to produce a thing, that all should be in coordination. Okay. So you can see what is coordination. It is the act of coordinating, making different people or things work together for a goal or effect. Alright? This is the definition, the formal definition for coordination. Is it fine, Anish? Asiya? Sanubar? Seher? Can you all hear? Seher and Sanubar, I am waiting for your reply. How much time will you take? Yes, coordination is the act of communication. It's not only communication, it also getting the things done, getting the things rightly placed. Okay. So now, this is another PPT on the definition of coordination. It is the act or state of coordinating or being coordinated, proper order of relationships, harmonious combination of interaction as of functions or parts. Every activity should be directed towards a common goal, and that common goal should be the goal of the organization. Otherwise, it's not going to be fruitful. This we have already discussed. So what are the features of Coordination, it is the essence of management. Without coordination, management holds no importance. It is the coordination which lets you get the the things which are not in order. It helps you get the things in order. So managerial responsibility, obviously coordination is the one of the important aspects of the role of a manager. Deliberate effort, yes. It's not a forced function. It's not like you have to do it, that is an order. But how you do it, that is your own call. That is something you have to decide on your own. So it's a deliberate effort, and your deliberate efforts are going to yield the best results. Creativity, yes, it takes creativity also. It's a continuous process. You will find it in every department at every point of time. It's required in group activity. It's different from cooperation and systems concept. Cooperation and coordination are two different things. They are not one and the same. They shouldn't be confused. Can anyone tell me the difference between two? Cooperation and coordination. Anish, you have any answer to this? What is cooperation and coordination, or should I tell you? Seher, Sanubir, Asiya, this is your class also. Answer should come from you also. What is cooperation? What is coordination? What do you think is the difference between the two? There are some differences in the two of them. Although they both are important functions of management only, but still there are some differences in the two of them. A company which issues shares, that is a cooperative company. No, that's a different concept. This is cooperation. This is a managerial function. You are talking about a type of company. That's a cooperative. And a cooperative does not issue shares. Okay. So, coordination is, as we have discussed, what is coordination? It is the act of being coordinated or coordinating things to get the work done. And cooperation is when you extend a helping hand to somebody, when you cooperate with somebody. Suppose one of your employees is going through a bad phase, means he is having some personal problem. So in that case, the management is cooperating with that employee. Suppose that employee, somebody is very ill in that employee's family, and employee is in immediate need of money. Then in that case, what company is going to do is they are going to cooperate with the employee. They are going to extend some financial help to the employee. They are not going to restrict him to the time. He might just come and go at any point of time because it's a medical emergency. So, okay, you have copied a very nice answer from the net, Sanubir. Cooperation refers to the collective efforts of people who associate voluntarily to achieve specified objectives. It indicates merely the willingness of individuals to help each other. Yes, like a financial assistance given by the management of a company to one of its employees in times of need. That is cooperation. Okay, and coordination is when when the top management asks the middle management the progress of the project, and the middle management yes, this is also one aspect of cooperation, Anish, like they are working for the common or the mutual benefit. Okay. So, what is the importance of coordination? Now let us see that. Integration of group efforts. It integrates the group efforts. It facilitates mutual dependence. The people are mutually dependent on each other, and since they are dependent, a bond is developed between them. Okay, it helps to resolve conflicts. The development of team spirit. It motivates subordinates. Better relations. It motivates subordinates when their tasks are being coordinated, and if somebody gives special attention to coordinate their activities, they feel a little motivated. Then better relations. It obviously makes the relationship amongst the employees much better. Optimum use of resources. This is basically the game of satisfying unlimited wants with limited means. So that can be done only if you make the optimum use of resources. Higher efficiency. It increases the efficiency. The overall efficiency of the organization goes up because the efforts are well coordinated. It reduces wastages. Yes, because the resources are optimally utilized, the wastages are minimum. It encourages initiative, corporate image. It develops a nice image of the organization. Now, need for coordination, because there is division of labor, means it's not a one-man show. When it comes to a company, working of a company, it's not a one-man show. Do you think it's a one-man show? Anish, Asya, Sanobar, Seher, is it by one person or is it by a team? By a team. Okay. So that is what is the meaning of division of labor. The task is divided into different people. So that is why there is need for coordination, because there are different teams looking after different things. So we need to coordinate their efforts. Only then we can get the best. Interdependence of units. Units means the working units. The working units are dependent on each other. So their efforts should really be coordinated. Individual interest versus organizational interest. If we are not going to coordinate or keep a check on the efforts of the working of the employee, then they might give preference to their individual interest, and organizational interest may be sidelined by them. So we need to see that these two should be in consensus with each other, individual and organizational both. Now, methods of coordination. How can we coordinate? There are different methods. Various administrative controls. Yes, there are administrative controls, means the hierarchy is set up in the organization, and the purpose is to coordinate, develop coordination in the activities of various departments. Every department is headed by a person. Every department is having a head, isn't it? Every department is having a head. Is it so? Anish, Asya, Sanobar, Seher. Anish, Asya, Sanobar and Seher. Yes, top manager has to coordinate the work of all departments. This administrative department, it basically holds the responsibility of coordinating the activities. They decide, they make the arrangements, and then they get the tasks done. Then delegation of authority, when the authority is delegated to different people, then also that is one of the objectives behind that may be coordination. Then evaluations may be done from time to time. Financial statements are prepared, profit loss statement, budget, everything. Performance management is done. Policies and procedures are framed well in advance so that things may be coordinated. They may not go hayway. Quality control is important. That is also one of the techniques of coordination. Operations management, risk, safety and liabilities. These should also be considered. What is the risk if we go for this one? What is the safety and what is the liability that will arise if the activity is undertaken in this manner? Yes, lack of coordination. You can see this is a poster of Mahabharata. There is lack of coordination. The brothers were fighting amongst each other as per this epic. So that was not called for. No coordination in the efforts. Now what are the elements of a successful coordination? The mandate dimensions includes leadership commitment, ministers and stakeholders buy-in, defined and agreed joint outcomes. Mandate is something that is compulsory. Okay, so compulsory portion includes these things. There should be commitment from the side of the leader. Ministers and stakeholders buy-in, that means we should always protect the interest of the shareholders. The interest of shareholders should always be safeguarded. Okay. Then defined and agreed joint outcomes. Getting into joint ventures and all if the need arises. A system dimension says appropriate and documented governance and accountability framework. Yeah, documentation is very important if you want to get our activities well coordinated. Documentation really will help. If we issue an order and if that's in writing, then we can trace the person who does the wrong. But if we don't go for writing, just a verbal instruction is given, then people might just escape their responsibilities and we cannot hold them responsible. That is why communication is also an important function of management. Sufficient and appropriate resources. Yes, we are giving just material to produce 100 units and we are expecting the people to make 125 units every day. So that is not called for. That's not going to help in getting anything coordinated. Process to measure performance from established baseline. And then behavior dimensions. Right representation, skills and team leadership. Organizational cultures that support coordination. Shared culture, language and values. Yes, we should promote a culture in the organization that supports coordination. Okay. Anish, Asiya, Seher. Tanupir is now offline. She might just come again because of the net problem. This may be happening. Seher. Okay, so what can we say? On concluding, we can say a good coordinator is a good leader. Obviously, leader is the one who can coordinate the activities. It is not about just assigning the task. It is also getting the task done, that too in the time framework and with the available resources. So coordination is an important aspect of that. And a good leader is a good manager. So everything is interrelated. Leader will be a good manager only if he is a good coordinator. Without coordination, nothing can be achieved. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this PPT. Now let's go to this one. This one is still stuck. It's not going ahead of this one. Okay, now let's go to team coordination. Actually, the basic content of the class was in this PPT only, which is not loading. So that's really a problem. Just wait, I'm trying. Can you see the next slide? Okay, you can see. So I'll just read at my end and you can also see. So the next slide says about principles of coordination. Isn't it? Anish, is it talks about principles of coordination? You cannot see that PPT, Seher. Now can you see? Seher, can you see now? Seher? Okay, you can see now. Alright. Yes, the first principle of coordination is direct personal contact. Yes, if we really want to coordinate the activities, there should be personal contact between point X and point Y. It shouldn't be that X should approach Y through Z and get the things coordinated. There should be direct communication between the one who is given the responsibility of the coordination and the other one who has to perform the task. So coordination is best achieved through direct personal contact with people. Direct face-to-face contact communication is very effective. Okay. Now next one, early beginning. Early beginning means you should start at a very early stage. Coordination can be achieved more easily in early stages of planning and policy making. Plans should be based on mutual participation. Early coordination also improves the quality of plans. Like normally the projects which a company undertakes, they are divided into different time phases. Like within the time span of 3 months, this much of the project should have been completed. Like 30% should have been done. Within the next 3 months, the next 25% must have been achieved. So this is the policy holders or the policy makers, they have this opinion in their mind, they have this perception, and they frame the project in such a manner that this perception can be achieved. So what should we do? We should make coordination attempts at the very early stages. It's not so that if this work has to be done at the end of 3 months, we are going to assess its completeness at the end of 3 months only. We can check it at the end of 1 month also. And if something is going wrong, we must just try and overcome that problem. Rule out the possibility of any wrongdoing. Okay? So as early as we are going to start, yes, that's controlling. So coordination and controlling are somewhat related, but Anish, there is a difference. No, you cannot say that there is a difference, because controlling is when you compare the achieved result with what you ought to achieve, with the framework. So that's controlling. Yeah, I got it. So Anish, is it clear? Yeah. So coordination is like the things should be coordinated from the very first day. If we are not going to coordinate from the first day, then it's going to become the habit of the people not to be in sync and coordination. And then like by the end of 3 months, the coordination between them will be zero, and we cannot expect that that it will yield very fruitful results to us if the efforts are not coordinated. So we need to coordinate from the very first day. The second day it will be more difficult. Third day it will be more difficult. And if we keep on coordinating, then the very first day it will be very difficult, but second day it will be a little easy. The third day it will be even easier for us. So our task will be really reduced. Alright. If coordination is implemented timely. Anish, Asya, Seher. Yeah. Now, can you see the next slide? Slide on the principles and the principles of reciprocity and continuity. Can you see that? Yeah, Anish can see that. Seher, can you see? Seher, can you see the next slide? Okay. So let's go to that. The principle of reciprocity. It says that all the factors in a given situation are interdependent and interrelated. So when people appreciate reciprocity of relations, they avoid unilateral actions and coordination becomes easier. Yeah, every situation and all the factors which govern that situation, they are interdependent and at the same time they are interrelated also. Okay, they are related to each other and they are dependent on each other. If suppose the price of coffee is going to go down, then the price of the sale of tea will also be affected. Yes, Anish, I am giving the example. If the price of coffee is going to go down, then the sale of tea will also be affected. Why? How? Since coffee is now cheaper, then obviously the price for, yeah, because of the availability of the substitutes, coffee is now cheaper. So what people will do, they will, instead of people who used to think that coffee is a luxury previously, they might just start buying it, and that will make the sale of tea go down. Okay, so this is an example of interdependent and interrelated situation. Although there is no change in the price of tea, but still its sales is going to be affected. So similarly, when it comes to coordination, there are many things, many factors which are interdependent and interrelated, and we need to take care of each of them. Alright, Anish and Asiya, answer here. Okay. So when people appreciate reciprocity of relations, they avoid unilateral actions and coordination becomes easier. Means it's not that everybody is working as an individual. They start working as a team. Their efforts are coordinated towards the common goal. And then coordination becomes very easier. The next is continuity. It is an ongoing or a never-ending process. Sound coordination resolves conflicts as it arises. Yes, if the coordination is there, then the conflicts may be resolved very easily, and in fact they might just not even arise. So it's not so that after 3 months there will be no need for coordination. No, coordination goes on at every stage. In some stages the extent of coordination may be more, and in some the extent may be less. That is the only difference. So now we go to the next one, the 8th slide. Can you see? Nature and characteristics of coordination. Nature and characteristics. Okay. So what does it say? Coordination is not a distinct function but the very essence of management. Yes. Because every other function is somehow dependent on coordination. Whether it's budgeting, whether it's controlling, whether it's planning, whether it's directing, whether it's organizing, everything is dependent on coordination. So it is a basic responsibility of management. Coordination does not arise spontaneously or by force. Yes, it's not spontaneously, it is a well thought of process. Yes, sometimes it can be spontaneous, but normally it's a well thought process. Heart of coordination is the unity of purpose. Yes, that is the basic principle which governs the coordination. The unity of purpose. Every action is directed towards a common goal. Okay. And coordination is a continuous or an ongoing process. It's required in group effort, not in individual efforts. It is the responsibility of each and every manager. Alright? Yes, need and importance of coordination in each. So now the next one is one minute. Okay, Anish, I'll just show the slide which I have done. The characteristics of coordination. Can you see that? Anish? Okay, so this we have discussed. Now I go to the next one. That is the need and importance of coordination. So need and importance is efficiency and effectiveness. Coordination helps to improve the efficiency of operations by avoiding overlapping efforts and duplication of work. Quality of coordination determines the effectiveness of organized efforts. How coordinated our efforts are, that will decide the effectiveness of our efforts. If the efforts are not coordinated, then the things are not going to be really effective. They will not give us the desired results. Unity of direction. Yes, coordination develops a sense of unity of direction in the people. It helps to ensure unity of action in the face of disruptive forces. It helps unity of action and helps to avoid conflicts between line and staff elements. Okay, line and staff is like the people who are in the hierarchy, whether horizontally or vertically. There shouldn't be any gaps and grudges amongst them, and this can be avoided by having a sound coordination system. Fine? There, Anish. Now the next one. Next one is it's human relation. Coordination helps to improve team spirit and morale of employees. In a well-coordinated organization, organizational goals and personal goals of people are reconciled. Yes, this is a very important factor. If the personal goal, people are going to give more weightage to their personal goals, then organizational goals may just suffer. So we need to, then there has to be a reconciliation between the two of them. They should be at par. Then essence of management, coordination is all-inclusive concept and the end result of management process. Coordination helps in the accomplishment of organizational goals. Okay, the basic or the ultimate objective is the accomplishment of organizational goals. We go to the next. Techniques of coordination. Okay. So techniques of coordination, how can we actually implement coordination? Let's see that. Techniques of coordination. The first is sound planning, because planning is the ground level for any management organization. It is at this level that the management really starts up. Planning is the ideal stage for coordination. Clear-cut objectives, harmonized policies, and unified procedures and rules ensure uniformity of action. Alright everybody? Then simplified organization. It simplifies the structure of the organization. Okay, means the organizational structure shouldn't be too much complicated. It should be very simple. If it's simple, then coordination will be much better. If we go for a complicated structure, means having a lot of hierarchical levels, line and staff diversions, then the organization structure will become complex and coordination will become more and more difficult. Alright. So clear-cut authority relationships helps to reduce the conflicts and to hold people responsible. We can now go to the next one. So coordination by committees. How can we do that? Committee is a body of persons, and this is technique of coordination. Committee is a body of persons entrusted with discharge of some functions collectively as a group. It is significant in achieving horizontal coordination. Committee ensures that problems which arise out of relationships among various units can be solved by a group decision. Yes, the decisions which are taken are of the group. Okay. You can see the two caterpillars are talking to each other. Strength and speed are useful, son, but coordination is crucial. Efforts without coordination will not yield the results. Okay, everybody? Yeah. So this is one technique of coordination by committees. If we form committees to coordinate. Next one is self-coordination. This is something which varies from person to person, and it's like there is no hard and fast rule to this. This is something which comes from within. One person may be more coordinated than the other. Modification of functioning of department in such a way that each department coordinates with other departments. It can be done by horizontal communication. So this is where communication plays a very important role. Okay. Coordination is, if the coordination is strong, then if the communication is strong, then coordination is automatically going to be really sound. If there are lacks of communication, then coordination cannot be full-fledged. Now next is, next one highlights the importance of communication. Can you see everybody? Anish, you can see? Alright. So effective communication, open and regular communication is the key to coordination. Effective interchange of opinions and information helps in resolving difference and in creating mutual understandings. Okay. Then effective leadership and supervision. Effective leadership ensures coordination both at the planning and the execution stage, and sound leadership can influence subordinates to have identity of interest and to adopt a common outlook. It's more or less the same thing what we have been discussing. Having a common approach towards organizational objectives, that is very important. Is it so, Anish? Now next one. The next one talks about chain of command. This is another important principle of coordination. Authority is the supreme coordinating power in an organization. So exercise of authority through the chain of command or hierarchy is the traditional means of coordination. If we follow the hierarchy, then we will also be coordinated in our efforts. We will find automatic coordination. Chain of command is one of the FAO's 14 principles. Yes, it is one of the 14 principles of management. And principle of coordination is also one of them. Isn't it? The second last is barriers to coordination. Now, what are the barriers to coordination? How can we just not achieve coordination? Because of the competition for resources. Can you see? Anish, you can see? Okay. Competition for resources, threats to autonomy, disagreement on objectives. If people feel that they are being so much governed or in just a thrust to coordinate, that they are losing their autonomy, they are very much controlled, then they will just retaliate and the coordination will not be effective then. Disagreement on objectives. Objectives might vary from situation to situation and person to person. Differing expectations of coordination. Again, this is dependent on people's own perception. Lack of trust, cost or benefit perceived as unsatisfactory, unilateral donor actions and agendas, rapid staff turnover. If the staff is really it's fluctuating, there are lot of turnover, and in that case, the coordination cannot be effective. Once a person is trained, he or she leaves, then the efforts go in vain. Then poor transition preparation, poor pre-preparation. Autonomy, Anish, is like freedom to work on your own, without lots of complications and lots of dictation. When you feel you are autonomous, you can use your own creativity. That is autonomy. Okay? Anish? Okay. Now the last one. Now the last one is the conclusion. Can you see that? The last one says, a good coordinator is a good leader and a good leader is a good manager. The same thing which we have discussed means at the core of all this lies the coordination. If you are not able to coordinate the activity, you cannot be a leader. It's an empty page. Just a second. Oh, can you see that? Anish, now can you see? No. Okay. So that's the same thing. To be a good coordinator is more important than to be a good leader and manager. Coordinator, if you are a good coordinator, you can be a good leader and manager simultaneously. Okay. So this brings us to the end of the class. Sorry for some of the net disturbance at the beginning of the class. See you in the next class, and don't forget to give your feedback at the end of the class. Alright, Anish and Asya, thanks for your time. Yeah, you too have a nice weekend. Enjoy your weekend and see you for the next class. Tomorrow we are going to have a class at 8:30. So see you then. Alright. So please mention your feedback. Asya and Anish, two of you. Please do that. Thank you.